Diddy thing was like an Epstein type compromise deal. Will Smith, I have to wonder, are you okay? Like, what the is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Puffy just lied, just the man.
What videos do they have of these people, and they're willing to keep quiet about all this?
Thank you for doing what you're doing.
How many people are compromised?
Yeah.
Will Smith has been out of the country for months trying to avoid this entire Diddy scandal, but that's not gonna work because recently released video of him and another celebrity male star is going viral, and the tapes are being shot as we speak. Not only are these leaked tapes of Diddy doing things to his son Jaden, but there's also a rumored tape with Will Smith and Bryce Shear Gray doing wild things, and I'm gonna show you everything. On top of that, people like Jaguar Wright already knew about this.
That Will Smith, Jaden!
And even Will Smith's personal assistant has talked about these things. What's worse is that now Elon Musk is working with Donald Trump to bring these people to justice because he said he's going to use the power Trump has to expose Hollywood celebrities that have been using people all these disgusting things. Elon said he knows Jennifer Lopez and Jay-Z are involved.
And I have 10 urgent messages from Jay-Z, right? I'm like, Jay don't hit you, or he's like, call me now.
Will Smith might even be on the run because he's been in Italy for months and nobody's heard nothing about him. He hasn't said one thing about Diddy, but he's on public videos praising Diddy plenty of times, even on FaceTime with him on Instagram. Let's go through all this, show you all the proof, break it down, and whether you voted for Trump or not doesn't matter. Elon Musk, he wants to take these celebrities down there and doing all these illegal things.
It's like J-Lo was like his ex-girlfriend. Now deciding she's like warning people against Trump. I'm like, well, wait a second. So how many people did she warn against Diddy?
Right.
Oh, 0.
I'm not gonna get into the J-Lo stuff because there's so much to talk about. We know that there's tapes of her and Diddy out there. Plus, she lied for him on the stand when they got into trouble at a nightclub 25 years ago. So let's just leave that for another video.
Will Smith, I have to wonder, are you okay? Like, what the is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Why do you guys think that Jaden Smith has always been acting so weird, dressed weird, always been distant from his family? He moved out when he was 15 years old. That's because Will Smith made a deal with the elites, passing around Jaden so everybody can have their way with him in exchange for a successful movie career, because Diddy is close to Harvey Weinstein, which in turn can make anyone famous, put him on all the movies, and that's how Will Smith benefited from the situation. And here Jaguar Wright mentions how Jada Pinkett Smith actually knew what was going on with Will and her son and did nothing about it.
Who knew that your husband was doing things to boys and did stuff to your son and you ain't do shit about it? Jada, you told me that you knew Will was your child.
You know, see, nobody ever asked why Jaden left that house so young. I know, but he hates Charlie, and I wish somebody would ask him why.
Yeah, well, his father done things to him that he should be in jail for. So
his father done things to everybody. His father done things to everybody's kids. What they did to Bashir. See, that's why me and Charlie into it, over Bashir.
She's mentioning Charlie Mack, and it's all connected because he's Will Smith's best friend and they grew up together. He helped him with management. Charlie Mack and Diddy also have a relationship, so that's another side note that connects this whole thing together.
Charlie Mack is always there for me. I wouldn't be looking as quick if Charlie Mack gonna give me on my gallon of water every day. There we go. Huh? Talk to him. You gotta have a friend that teach you about health. Talk to him. Huh? About health, huh? You know what I'm saying? Talk to him. Yeah. Talk to him. Let me see it.
As you can see, there's something going on. He's combing his hair backstage before a performance, so they obviously know each other very well. Then he started managing Bashir Gray, and there's a ton of rumors of Diddy and Will Smith taking advantage of Bashir Gray, just allegations, but I did find this strange interview where you can see something's wrong with Bashir Gray as Will Smith is talking right next to him.
He's with my man Charlie Mack, so Charlie was with me every step of the way, first out the limo. So Charlie has been with me, 30 years coming up in the business. So, he's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love, and all he has to do is add discipline, and he gonna be all right.
It's like Uncle Will, who is best to give you advice, and it's Will Smith, and I'm getting so much good advice. I got my first acting role, Empire, and it's changing my life.
Now, for being a promising young actor on a great show, I don't know what could have caused him to turn to some craziness on his Twitter. Don't go there if you're at work, let's just put it like that. But he's turned into something unbelievable, and I don't know how he got to this point. But it's definitely X-rated. How many people would dump being a movie or TV star to go into just OF content?
That Will Smith, Jaden, Bashir, and Neat Mills, and you know it, Bilal.
Will Smith has been kissing Jaden on the mouth throughout his whole career, and it's very kind of strange. And even Elon Musk mentions how it's strange that Diddy always had constant people bringing him kids and minors and whatnot at these parties for him to take advantage of, and he questions who's doing it, and he's gonna take them down because somebody was helping Diddy hook up with these kids.
People in the music and entertainment industry had to know that Diddy was like abusing, you know, kids basically, and yet they still fed him kids.
There had to be.
They had to know.
Cat Williams is talking about it.
But like it's like who's feeding him the kids, you know?
Right. Yeah.
What Elon Musk right here is saying makes a lot of sense because Charlie Mack and Will Smith had their way with Bashir Gray and then brought them to Diddy.
They got him on tapes with Diddy. They got him on tapes with Justin. They got him on tapes with Jaden.
A lot of people have seen the tape of Bashir Gray and Will Smith, and it's being shopped around as we speak, and that's the reason that Will Smith has to be quiet. Another tape that's being sold is Jaden Smith and Diddy, and that one was talked about from a lawyer.
There already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood, but one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of, and I can tell the video was pornographic in nature. Well, I'll say this. My concern was that I could not verify the age of the individual, so I didn't want to have anything in my phone because my issue is we can't determine if this person is 17 to 21.
They're saying a lot without saying a lot, and that's because they don't want to embarrass the person on the tape. But just like Elon said, there's a lot of people that are feeding Diddy and have been participating in this stuff for a long time, trying to keep it undercover, and the Hollywood elites are very scared because that's what they did. They would bring in artists that were brand new or people that you brought brand new, and then you would pass them around. It was a humiliation ritual, and you had to go through it if you wanted to be famous, and that's the next step to getting popular. Also, Jonathan Oddie, which you guys know was arrested in 2018 and first mentioned hooking up with Cassie while Diddy watched, also had a second interview leak where he specifies that he saw Will Smith bring his son to Diddy's parties and even to the hidden tunnels. Can't verify the clip, but that's what I found online.
And who have you seen go into these tunnels? I saw Will Smith with his son. You know, Will Smith, he's like what do you call two-faced, you know? He looked like a nice guy, but very rude with no cameras around him.
Another deep question that Elon Musk and Joe Rogan were asking is that why every single one of Diddy's closest personal friends that have not spoken about him went ahead and promoted and talked about voting for Kamala Harris.
Well, it's just amazing how many people on the Diddy party list that are supporting Kamala. Too.
Yeah, seriously, it's like insane.
Publicly, openly, all in.
Now, allegedly, Diddy was getting all these celebrities behind closed doors to vote and support and endorse Kamala because he threatened to release the tapes if they didn't get her into office. Reason being is because with her connections, she could have got him pardoned. And Elon Musk pretty much put it together. I get all these celebrities to endorse you, that increases your chances of winning the presidency. In return, you release me. Diddy even has tapes of Obama doing crazy stuff, and he used it against him to get his friends out of prison.
He got powerful people. One of his partners who started his company with drug money, President Obama, got him out of prison. So it's not like he don't have no moves.
And it seems that Diddy was orchestrating all this stuff from inside prison because on a leaked telephone call from prison talking to his son, he was giving him instructions on what to do with the tapes and how to use them to blackmail the celebrities to make sure that they endorse Kamala Harris because he's talking in code, but we still have the audio to show you.
I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes, okay? Make sure you recycle the plastic like we talked about. Yeah. Did Jay reach out yet?
It's real plain and simple. Ain't no whistleblower. Facts is there. I don't care if it's T.I., I don't care if it's Rick Ross, I don't care if it's Jay, I don't care if it's Snoop, I don't care if it's Game, I don't care if it's Dre. Nobody's stepping up.
You know, I'm not going to even hold you. Like, I can't pretend I don't want to know. But I'm saying, DiCaprio, and I can tell you stories about that dude later or at another time. Just tell us what happened or tell us it didn't happen. But when people start resigning and people start erasing their Twitters, then it just starts to look suspicious and, it makes people ask questions.
Suge Knight and Damon Dash raise very smart questions. For people that have been with Diddy for 20 years, not one person has come out defending him or denouncing him. Then again, news outlets are reporting that Diddy is getting other inmates to do three-way calls so he can reach out to potential witnesses and friends and other people. So it definitely makes sense that he's keeping people in line because he's reaching out to everybody and they know not to speak or their tape would get leaked.
Hey yo, check this out. Need you to reach out to the producer. Let these motherfuckers know there's a release date for that new Netflix movie. Alright, Pop.
There are a lot of videos apparently. Those rooms on the island and I think out in New Mexico were wired for video.
Right.
And
where's the video? I mean, between Diddy and Epstein, there's probably several thousand hours of footage here.
Yeah.
Elon Musk suspects that there's a lot of people on these videotapes and the Epstein tapes, and he's spoken to Trump about releasing those, and he's very interested in how all of Diddy's close friends have been supporting Kamala Harris. Elon and Joe Rogan both also discuss how it's possible that nobody ever said nothing about this happening for 20 years. He just doesn't believe it, and that's why he's so interested. He wants to get to the bottom of it.
Sick about it.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is that people in the music and entertainment industry had to know that Diddy was like abusing, kids, basically.
This is where the allegations come back to Will Smith, his son. Who else has been bringing minors to hang out with Diddy allegedly? And a lot of people are starting to come out saying that when they were minors and they auditioned for Diddy, that's when the essay occurred.
And yet they still fed him kids. Where's the accountability?
There had to be rumors. There had to be.
They had to know.
On the other side, Diddy's defense team is creating this ridiculous angle as they prepare their defense, saying that Diddy is a scapegoat and that they are just pursuing these charges on him to gain media attention. But when these tapes drop, then we will see how they approach things, because the tapes are coming and it's going to be ugly when they do.
Would you be open to a plea bargain?
Well, it's not up to me. It's up to Mr. Combs, and I don't see it happening.
Why?
Because he believes he's innocent.
I'm really shocked that this guy could say this with a straight face. There's a lot more worse things they could charge Diddy with, and they're just getting started. As soon as these new tapes drop, it's gonna be new charges. Then what's he gonna say?
He believes he's innocent. And what's more, he believes that he needs to stand up, not just for himself, for his family, and for everybody who's been targeted by the federal government.
Hollywood elites who once flocked to his legendary gatherings are now frantically scrambling to cut ties. They're deleting photos, distancing themselves, and doing whatever they can to slip under the radar, hoping their own secrets stay buried. Rumor has it that some of the industry's biggest names have received letters from Busby's legal team, a not so subtle warning to either settle or face the brutal spotlight. Whispers of hush money are making the rounds, with checks being written, backroom deals struck, and reputations desperately shielded from the coming storm.
There are many people, and we're going to follow this evidence wherever it takes us.
Diddy's notorious freak-offs parties have now taken on a much darker meaning. These weren't the glamorous high society gatherings the media portrayed. According to mounting allegations, they were chaotic, blurred lines between celebration and depravity, with rampant substance use and unchecked behavior in the luxury hotels that hosted these events. They're now under the microscope, accused of turning a blind eye to Diddy's wild extravagance, cashing in on his business and reputation, and ignoring all the red flags.
The biggest secret in the entertainment industry that really wasn't a secret at all has finally been revealed to the world.
It's not just the hotels under fire. Financial institutions are also being pulled into the mess. Funding Diddy's extravagant events wasn't cheap, and speculation swirls that banks may have looked the other way on suspicious transactions, all to keep a high-profile client happy.
The wall of silence has now been broken, and victims are coming forward. Our team has had, at this point, more than 3,285 individuals contact us.
Reports suggest some substances found at these gatherings weren't your typical party drugs. They were tranquilizers and powerful medications rarely found in social settings. Busby is on the hunt, digging back into the 90s, leaving no stone unturned as he seeks out connections that could stretch across decades and industries.
Although we are vetting each call as stringently as we can, I always start with a mindset that I believe victims.
This isn't just a scandal, it's an entire culture of exploitation and privilege coming under scrutiny. Busby's aggressive strategy is clear. He's not after a single fall guy. He's aiming to make an example out of Hollywood's entire power structure. Meanwhile, the internet is ablaze with theories. One of the most sensational, that Diddy allegedly used a body double to evade arrest, a plotline ripped straight from a spy thriller. But the theories don't stop there. A darker connection is being whispered about Diddy and Jeffrey Epstein. Rogan and UFC star Israel Adesanya delved into the possibility that Diddy was connected to Epstein's inner circle.
P.Diddy definitely everybody and did this to everyone.
Adesanya, who's known for his no-nonsense takes, didn't hold back. He shared a chilling story hinting at close ties between Diddy and the infamous Epstein, stirring up speculation that's igniting the internet. As Rogan and Adesanya discussed the high-profile cover-ups, the conversation took on a disturbing, almost surreal tone.
Actually know the people's names on the list, those people are probably in trouble.
Yeah.
Because that's a crazy piece of information to have.
Adesanya recounted his own close brush with Diddy, mentioning an event where Diddy wanted to connect after watching one of his fights. Adesanya made it clear he felt a strange vibe.
P.Diddy thing.
Sometimes you have to tell Diddy no.
Oh, man. Bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, man.
Diddy Combs' alleged list of accomplices to be revealed soon. The names will shock you, attorney says. Whoa.
God was protecting me, he said with conviction, hinting at a world of celebrity power where one wrong step could lead down a path of no return.
Jennifer Lopez is going to be there. Oh, Rick Ross is going to be there. Everyone's going to be there.
And
that would be a cool place. I want to meet those people.
Facts. And I want to be there having fun partying, but then they start to, apparently, they said they were using, I'm going to guess it's like ketamine, because they said horse tranquilizer. And they were putting in people's drinks in the champagne and then getting them all loose.
As the scandal widens, Rogan reflected on the unsettling reality that fame can hide deeply disturbing truths.
He had, apparently, allegedly, cameras all over the house and
100,000 bottles of baby oil.
Yeah, what?
As always, everything is just alleged, rumors, gossip. We're just talking about stuff on the internet. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video.